Welcome back to the reservation as we're getting ready to get the second half of football action underway on this Friday evening. And in case you are just joining us at halftime, it's the Aces leading the Fairview Apaches 14-0, our halftime score. Great job. Halftime entertainment provided by the Aces Pride Marching Band, and a terrific halftime show from the Apaches Marching Band of Pride here at Fairview. So hope you enjoyed the halftime entertainment. We're ready to get football back underway. Week number 6. Aces looking to stay undefeated in the Green Meadows Conference. They come into the game 2-0 in the conference. And the Apaches on homecoming night for them, looking to get their first conference win. They are 0-2 coming into tonight's action. Hicksville kicking off to Fairview to start the second half. Travian Tunis teeing up the ball. And we'll see whether, it looks like it's going to probably be Coate with the kicking. And Victor Coate kicks it down. And the Aces swarm the return man under at about the 25-yard line. So actually they're going to give him forward progress to about the 27. And that's where Fairview will get things started first and 10. Cade Poulter, 5'11 sophomore, been doing the majority of the quarterbacking here this evening. And Poulter hands it off. And he gives the ball to Groves, and Groves gets out to about the 30-yard line. Few people running late, getting into the coach's box, coming in behind us. Second down for the Apaches, 6 to go. They get the ball out to the 31-yard line. Poulter, again working out of the shotgun, puts a man in motion. High snap, but he gets it under control. Hand off. And they'll take it out to about the 36-yard line before they're stopped. Unpile everybody. And they're going to put it at the 34-yard line, where it'll be third down at about 3. Hart comes out to take over the quarterbacking chores, as he does from time to time, the senior. Hart keeps it himself. No surprise there. They bring in Hart when they want the big gun to just power it forward. And Hart, on the quarterback keeper, moves the chains. He'll take it out to about the 38-yard line, first and 10 for the Apaches. And they're going to keep Hart in at quarterback now. And that's going to be a quick handoff. And a pickup of about 3 for Groves. Groves gets it across the 40-yard line. Ten minutes and 9 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Fairview Apaches with the ball. They're down by a couple touchdowns. Quick snap, straight up the middle, near the 45-yard line. Hart gets him out to about the 44. That'll bring up third down. About 4 yards to go. Clock at 9:25 and rolling. Up under center now. And that's not going to be good enough. Hart handed the ball off. And Groves able to take it to about the 46, 47-yard line, but he's still about a yard short. So Hart in the shotgun, and he's going to take it right up the middle. And I think that he's got it. It looks like, yep, he should have moved the chains. Hart gets them the yard that they need and a fresh set of downs, and keeps the offensive series alive for the Apaches. As they near midfield, it'll be first and 10 Fairview on their own 48-yard line. Fairview breaks huddle. Hart stays in at quarterback. He's rolling out, gets the ball away, and he overthrows his intended receiver, incomplete. He was targeting Caleb Frank, but it was a little too high. Frank went up, but wasn't able to get his mitt on it. Incomplete pass, second and 10. Clock stops with 8:19 to go in the third quarter. Apaches will huddle up. And Poulter back in now as quarterback. Poulter dropping back. He's going to put the ball in the air. It's caught. Nice reception over on the far side. Brought down at about the 26-yard line. Caught by Thomas Vance, the 6'3 senior. So Vance gets his first completion of the night at 8:09 in the third quarter. A nice catch and run as the Apaches take the ball into Ace's territory. And again, they have it first and 10 at the Hicksville 28-yard line, now 27-yard line. Quick handoff down to about the 25. Again, they brought in Hart to do the quarterbacking. And the carry by Ian Groves, again, number 7. Hart's going to go back out with the play from the sideline. Clock running, 7:25 left to go in quarter number 3. Groves going to hang on to the ball himself, take it straight ahead. He'll get down to about the 22. That'll make it about 3rd and 5. So Jackson Hart getting the job done, as he's been doing the majority of the quarterbacking here in quarter number 3, and he's got the Apaches down to the Aces 22.5-yard line. Hart again is going to hold on to it himself. He's going to try to take it right up the middle, and they're going to be waiting for him this time. He gets across the 20-yard line down to about the 19, maybe the 18. I'll see how they're doing forward progress. It'll bring up another 4th and short, which on this drive at least has not been a problem for the Apaches. Hart's been able to power forward and get them a yard, yard and a half every time they've needed it to move the chains. And he's going to go right up the middle again, and he's going to get him another first down. So he gets to the 15-yard line. So Hart takes him to the Aces 15, and it'll be first and 10 Fairview. So far, the Aces have not been able to contain quarterback Jackson Hart. Clock still rolling, 5:37 left in quarter number 3. Hart, quick handoff. Number 7 going for the 10-yard line inside the 10. Groves gets him down to about the 8. So Ian Groves gets the carry. He takes him down to the 8-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 3. We go under 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Hart working out of the shotgun. And this time they're waiting for Ian Groves. They hit him hard. Groves is able to still get some. Now we'll see. He might have got a yard. I said they hit him and then he lurched forward. No gain, they say, 3rd and 3. Here comes Hart. Hart's going to get taken down. And a flag on the play. So they got Hart and they took him down, and then a flag gets thrown. And we'll see what the official determination is. They've got the ball right now at the 8-yard line, where would be no gain. It would be 4th and 3. And we'll see. That's going to be a personal foul against the Aces again. So that'll take it down half the distance to the goal line. It'll be at about the 4.5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Fairview Apaches. 4:19 to go in the quarter. And here's Fairview with the biggest threat they've had to the Aces so far tonight. And not much there for Hart. Hart carries the ball himself and might have got a yard down to about the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal. And they hike the ball, and they're going to go all the way back to the 18-yard line. I don't know what happened there, but it was a huge miscommunication. Hart clearly was not expecting the ball. He was looking over at the sideline, I think waiting for a signal, and something went wrong because all of a sudden the ball got snapped, and Groves made a mad dash to fall on it before the Aces, who were in pursuit, and that pulls it all the way back to the 17-yard line. And they'll bring Poulter in, and timeout Fairview. So something really went wrong there for the Apaches, and they still weren't sure if they had everything back under control. So they're going to call their first timeout of the second half. It comes at 3:04 remaining in the third quarter. And again, after the loss, the ball back on the, it looks to be about the 16.5-yard line, where it is 3rd and goal. Aces are up 14-0, and as we said, this is the biggest threat that the Fairview Apaches have made to the Aces to score on Hicksville yet this evening. And, of course, Fairview wants to get back in this game. It's get to the point pretty quick. We're almost done with the third quarter. They need to get some points on the board. The Aces will break huddle and come on out on defense. And here come the Apaches again with a 3rd and goal from the Aces' 16-yard line. Poulter's back deep in at quarterback. Poulter goes back and throws on the run, and a bunch of flags. And I think that they're going to tag Langham for that one. Braden Langham, I couldn't tell. I know I saw him dive after the ball and see if there was any contact before that. And it is going to be pass interference on the Aces. So that'll make it a first down. And they were back at the 16-yard line. So half the distance to the goal should take it to the 8. And that's where they put the ball, at the 8-yard line. And they're going to keep it at, okay, the down marker still says third and goal from the 8. So they don't get the automatic first down, which would have been worrisome. So 2:58 to go. It's 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line now. And Hart back in. Nope, I take that back. It's still Poulter. Poulter puts the ball in the air, and they catch it in the end zone for a touchdown. That's Caleb Frank, and I think that's Frank's first catch, maybe his second catch of the night, but this one counts. In the end zone, 8-yard reception, touchdown Fairview. And just like that, it's a 14-6 game, pending the extra point conversion. It looks like Frank is also the extra point kicker, if that's what they're going to do. Yep, Frank, number 1, drops back. The holder, number 34, and it is blocked. The holder, number 34, is Zach Hess, by the way. So the extra point attempt is no good, and that might make a difference down the stretch. But the Apaches get themselves back into the game. 2:52 left in the third quarter, and it's now the Aces up 14-6. Hicksville will get ready to get the ball back and go back on offense. And it'll be their first time on offense here in this second half, as the Apaches burned about 9 minutes off of that third quarter clock to get into the end zone. So quick moving first half, and really a pretty quick move in third quarter here. I probably just jinxed us. But the Aces still getting the bugaboos every now and then with the personal fouls. So Caleb Frank cues it up at the 40-yard line, gets it set in the tee, paces himself back, and he's ready to kick it off to the Aces. And he's going to squib it. And it's going to be recovered by the Apaches. I think that it bounced off of... Is it? I don't know. It's going to depend. Right now they're right at midfield, which would be just a little short of 10 yards. But they're saying that it actually went past 10 yards, or it was touched by the Hicksville player and then lost control. And I'm not sure which player it was that bounced off of. It's one of the up men. I think it might have been Schooley, number 42, but I'm not sure. So a turn of events and a turn of fortune for the Fairview Apaches as they recover the squib kick. And they get the ball back, 1st and 10, right at midfield, 2:49 to go here in quarter number 3. Quick handoff to Groves. Groves still on his feet, takes it down to the 40-yard line. That'll be good for a first down. So Hart hands off to Groves, and Groves gets him 10. Hart. Nothing doing there. Hart gets taken down for about a yard loss. So that'll make it 2nd and 11. Hart. Nope, I take it back. That's Poulter. Poulter throws the ball. It's caught and brought down Lucas. Riley Lucas makes the grab, and they're going to bring him down at the Aces about 38-yard line. He won't get out of bounds, so the clock continues to roll. 1:29 and counting here in quarter number 3. As the Fairview Apaches looking to capitalize on the onside kick recovery to pick up some more points here before the quarter is done. Snap to Poulter. Poulter drops back. Poulter airing it out. And out of bounds and incomplete. So that'll make it 3rd and 11 with 58.6 seconds. The clock stops on the incompletion. And the Apaches will get another crack at it from 38 yards out. Cade Poulter takes the snap, drops back, gets rid of it. It's caught. And down at about the 15-yard line, maybe the 14. Nice catch. Riley Lucas, the sophomore tight end, hauls it in at the Hicksville 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Fairview. 50.9 seconds, and the Apaches back in the red zone. They'll break huddle. Hart back in as quarterback. He hangs on to it himself. Hart powers down near the 10. He'll pick up about 3-4 yards. They'll put the football right on the 10-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down. And that may be the last play of the 3rd quarter, as it's under 10 seconds. And the Apaches just milling around like they did at the end of the 1st quarter, and they start heading towards the sideline as time expires, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So we've played 12 minutes of football left tonight. And after 3 quarters of play, it's the Hicksville Aces leading the Fairview Apaches, but the Apaches starting to battle back. It's 14-6, our 3rd quarter score. Well, we'll get ready to switch ends of the field, and it'll give us another opportunity to say a big thank you to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, our football broadcast underwriters for the 2017 season. As we head into fall and winter weather not far behind, if you've got those maintenance needs for your car, whether it's something as basic as an oil change, tire rotation, or if you need some major repair work done, the service departments at Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford have got you covered. They can take care of whatever ails your vehicle. Fix it right with great service before, during, and after. That's what it's all about at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships. A great place to go for your transportation needs. Whether you like to drive cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, brand spanking new, pre-owned, they've got them all. Check out the selection online. You can browse the entire inventory from the comfort of your living room at jimschmidtauto.com. Or better yet, stop by the dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, and Jim Schmidt Ford in Hicksville, Ohio. Proud to have them serve once again as our football broadcast underwriters for the 2017 football season here on Hicksville Community Television. All right. Here we go. Again, the Apaches knocking on the door. Jackson Hart, number 14 in at quarterback. Hart's going to hang on to it himself. He powers forward and gets down close to the 5, to about the, looks like about the 7-yard line is where they're going to mark him down. Or it'll be 3rd down. Handoff this time to Groves. Ian Groves tries to turn the corner, and he'll get down near the 5-yard line. He'll still be short of the first down stick. Not that it matters. They're in 4-down territory here, without a doubt. So 4th and 2 for the Aces at the Hicksville 5-yard line, or for the Apaches at the Hicksville 5-yard line. Hart gets the carry. Hart gets the first down. They hold him out of the end zone, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2. So there's senior quarterback Jackson Hart. Again, gets them in position to get into the end zone and maybe make this a 2 or 3 point game, or heck, maybe even tie it up if they can pull off a 2-point conversion. So the Aces' 2-touchdown lead has evaporated here in the second half, as they have really yet to get their offense on the field. It has been all Fairview. Hart into the end zone, touchdown. Jackson Hart hangs on to it himself, and he takes it in 2 yards into the end zone, and it's 12-14 now, as the Apaches have made it a 2-point game. So now the decision, go for 1, go for 2. They're huddling up, and it looks like they're going to go for 2. See if they can tie this one up. Jackson Hart's going to stay in. They're going to see if he can power one in again. Hart with the carry. Nothing to do. Oh, he evades one, and he gets in. I thought they had him back at the 3-yard line, but he spun around and he evaded the tackle, and he gets into the end zone, and we're tied at 14. Just like that. And it has been all Aces, or all Apaches here in this second half. The Aces kicked the ball off, and then they lost an onside kick to the Apaches. Their offense has not been on the field at all in this second half. So the Aces will get ready to receive. And we'll see if the Apaches will try the squib kick again. I imagine there was a bit of a conversation on the sideline about that with Coach Smith. Here come the Apaches getting ready to kick it off to the Aces once again. And we'll see if the Aces can hang on to the ball and get their offense on the field for the first time in this second half. Like I said, 12 minutes of the first half and a minute and a half of the fourth, so that's like 13 and a half minutes. There has been no offense for the Aces. Caleb Frank, their kicker, tees it up at the 40. Frank, and it's a low liner. Parker Thiel is going to let it go out of bounds. They'll throw the flag. It rolls out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. So they'll move it up a bit, obviously, because he kicks it out of bounds on the kickoff. So that'll be an illegal procedure call, and they'll put the ball, I think, at the... Now they're going to do the re-kick. Okay. So Hicksville selects the re-kick it option, and they'll move it back to the 35-yard line. So the Aces will see if they might fare a little bit better on this kick. Frank will line it up for a second time. And again, he'll kick it on the ground, and it's scooped up by Parker Thiel. Thiel evades one, gets around another. Spin move by Thiel at about the 45-yard line, and Parker Thiel gets to about the 47, it looks like. So better field position for the Aces. They made the right choice there. So we'll see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be at the 48-yard line. So first and 10 rather for the Aces at the 48-yard line as they go on offense again for the first time in this second half. Greer takes a snap, hands off. Comiso gets across midfield. Mason down to about the 45-yard line. As he'll get him about 7, looks to be. Comiso will give him a second and short. 10:05 and the clock rolling in the fourth quarter. Well, they're going to say his knee touched at about the 46-yard line. And this time Greer's going to hang on to it, and Greer's going to power down to about the 44, and a flag on the play. So Greer goes straight ahead on the quarterback keeper, gets to about the 44-yard line, and they throw the yellow flag. And the official word is going to be, and that's going to be on the Apaches at least. So another personal foul, but this one will be on Fairview. So that'll get the Aces 15 yards and a first down. Greer hands the official his yellow flag. Aces get themselves formed up, but takes the ball all the way down to the 29-yard line for Hicksville, first and 10. Comiso in the backfield with Greer. 3 receivers out on the far side, 1 on the near side towards us. Greer gives it to Comiso. Comiso still on his feet. Nice spin move, and Mason goes inside the 20. Down to about the 18-yard line. And that'll be good enough for another first down. So the Aces give up 14 unanswered, and they're doing what they need to do, move down the field and try to get some more points on the board and get the lead back. Greer with the quarterback keeper, Jake, across the 10-yard line, down to about the 7. Going to be close to a first down. 2nd and 1. Greer. And a flag. On the far side, a flag thrown. It's against the Aces. So it's 5 yards. All right, so they'll move it back to the 14-yard line. I'm not sure if that was, I don't think it was a delay of game. .8:28 to go in the game. Greer hands off to Comiso. Comiso down to about the 11. That'll make it 3rd down. So 3rd and about 3 for the Aces now. Greer hangs on to it himself. Greer headed for the end zone. Jake is across the goal line. Touchdown, Aces. Greer takes it in from 11 yards out. And the Aces go up 20-14. Victor Coate coming out to kick the extra point. Peyton Tunis, the holder. Score comes with 7:45 left to go in regulation. Coate lining up for the kick. Gets it up. And it's good. Victor Coate 3 for 3 tonight as the Aces go up by 7, 21-14. 7:45 left in the contest. And the Aces will get ready to kick it back off to the Fairview Apaches, who have had their offense running in high gear here in this second half. So the Apaches are going to get the ball back with a lot of time on the clock to work with. So we'll see what the Aces have up their sleeves here for kicking the ball off to Fairview. Travian Tunis consulting with Victor Coate. And the official coming out with the ball. I'll place it on the tee just right. Tunis standing next to Coate. Langham in there too. And it's going to be Langham with the kick. Langham's going to pooch it down to the 40-yard line. It's scooped up by the Apaches and returned out to about the 49-yard line. So if they were going to try to kick that one on the ground and get it to kick up, it didn't work out as they, again, kick a little hopper that goes down and is scooped up at the 40-yard line. And again, the Apaches will return the ball out near midfield. Actually, they're going to put it right at midfield. So the nose of the football on the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 Fairview. So they'll have a short field to work with as they look to draw even once again in this game. Or maybe even do like the Aces do, go for another 2-point conversion to take a 1-point lead. Late substitution. Get him in time. Hart. Hands off. Graves. Graves running for his life. Graves might have got a couple. Ian Groves. Did I say Graves? I apologize. Ian Groves Gets across midfield, and he picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Apaches. Well, looks like they're going to give him about 3 yards. Make it 2nd and 7. As Ian Groves takes it down to the Aces 47-yard line. Hart hangs on to it himself. Hart powers down to about the 44. That'll make it 3rd and about 4. Clock rolling still, 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in the contest. Apaches break huddle. Again, Fairview yet to win a game in the conference. They'd like to pick up win number 1 here in the GMC tonight. Hart pushing forward. He's not going to make it. Might have got a yard. He gets down to about the 43. So Jackson Hart's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. But so far, like I said, Jackson has been able to pick up the 4th and shorts for them tonight. Under 6 minutes, so we're past the halfway point of quarter number 4. Hart comes into the huddle along with his receiver number 1, Caleb Frank. They'll break huddle. They need to get to the 40-yard line to move the chains. Hart gets him to jump. They didn't throw the flag. They didn't throw the flag.
He didn't cross the neutral zone, that's why.
He's looking to the sideline.
He didn't cross the neutral zone.
And they take a timeout. They were counting on when the Ace player jumped. They thought they were going to get the flag, but he didn't make any contact, and he didn't go across the neutral zone. He stopped short of the ball and got back onto his side of the field, and he didn't make any contact, and you can do that. And then I think they were, I think they got lost. They weren't sure what they wanted to do. I'm not sure if they'd put their eggs in the basket that they were hoping to, if they were going to run the clock down, or I don't know. So we'll see what they're going to do, if they're still going to try to run a play. So it'll be good for a first down, and they'll run him out at about the 33-yard line, and they're going to throw the flag for unnecessary roughness as they throw him to the ground after he was out of bounds. So another personal foul is going to tack on another 15 for the Apaches, courtesy of the Aces. 5:09 left in the fourth quarter. They had the first down. And like I said, they took him out of bounds and then threw him to the turf after he was clearly out of bounds. So another 15-yard personal foul will move the ball even closer to the end zone. And that's the, I think by my count, I think that's the third 15-yard personal foul for tonight on the Aces. So far the Aces have racked up, plus a couple other ones, so they've probably racked up about 55, 60 yards in penalties tonight. So here we go. Apaches get the ball down inside the 20 after the personal foul. Pitch over to Groves. Groves still on his feet. Groves breaks loose. Groves, did he make it into the end zone? Touchdown. Handoff to Groves, and Groves scampers in from about 18 yards out to score. And it's 21-20 now, as the Aces now leading by only one. And the Apaches, we'll see what they want to do, if they're going to kick or if they're going to go for two in the lead. Jackson Hart, Caleb Frank coming into the game. Frank is the kicker. And he's going to come out. No, they're going to come back and yell at him. But they're going for two. So Jackson Hart.
Run it up the middle.
Hart going for the end zone. And it's no good. Hart is stopped short. So the Aces can breathe a little sigh of relief as they cling to that 1-point lead, 21-20. And they'll get the ball back. 4:57 left to go in the game. So the Aces better be ready. They better have their good hands people out there because they've already lost one on the onside kick to the Apaches. So you got to believe that Fairview may be strongly tempted to try it again.
I would.
Aces will have to, first off, like I said, get the ball back after the kick. And they'll need to move the ball. But they'll also maybe want to try to work that clock down a little bit. And take as much of the 4 minutes and 57 seconds that is on the clock right now off. Hopefully culminating in going into the end zone and getting another score and adding some more points. If the Aces were to get into the end zone, they'd be up by 7. They kick the extra point, they're up by 8, which means it has to be a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And, of course, if the Aces were to go for 2 and make it, then they'd be up by 9, and they might have the game in hand. But that remains to be seen. First things first, the Aces have got to get the ball here as the Apaches are getting ready to kick it off. And again, Caleb Frank tees it up, paces it off. And the Aces need to be ready. A low liner. And it's scooped up by Peyton Tunis. Tunis working his way up the field. He evades a couple of tackles, and Tunis gets to about the 26-yard line. So Tunis does what he needs to do. He gets the ball, he maintains possession, and he gets him out past the 20-yard line. 4:49 left in regulation. And the Aces will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 26.
On the ground.
So Jake Greer and the Aces back on offense. A 1-point lead.
On the ground, hold tight, chip it away. Workhorse style.
Here hands it off to Mason Comiso. Comiso out to the 30. Gain of about 4. That make it 2nd and 6. Clock is rolling.
And keep your mouth shut. Workhorsing with your mouth shut.
No more personal fouls, please.
Workhorsing with your mouth shut.
So here we go. Greer. Long count, hangs on to it. Greer with the ball, and he takes it forward to about the 33. He'll get a few more, and that'll make it 3rd and about 3 for the Aces.
Workhorsing with your mouth shut.
Hicksville keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock rolling. 3:40.
Workhorsing with your mouth shut.
Four out, 2 on either side of the line for
Just workhorse with your mouth
Greer. Greer rolling out. Greer hanging on to the ball. Greer dives across the 40-yard line. That'll be good enough for the 1st down, and I think that's all they're really concerned about is just maintaining possession, moving the ball, moving the chains,
keeping their mouth
and keeping that clock rolling. First and 10 Aces. And again, not working in the hurry up here. No need to. Fresh set of downs for Greer. They can burn another minute or two here. Greer hands it off. Comiso across the 50. Comiso gets to the 40-yard line, and he's brought down. That'll move the chains again. So another set of downs, and one of the Apaches is slow getting up after the play. And he manages to get himself up on one leg and hops off the field and promptly collapses. That's number 32, Jacob Thompson. The staff right there looking at him right away. 2:54. And they did stop the clock because he went out of bounds. Comiso did. No, he had a little help going out of bounds. He was trying not to, but so 2:54. First and 10. Aces at the Fairview 40-yard line. They give it to Comiso. Comiso powers forward, might get a yard. That'll make it 2nd and 9. And that gets the clock rolling, which is what the Aces primarily wanted to do there. Fairview with just one timeout left. So they're going to have to be very careful how they use it. They had to burn a couple early in the second half, and so now they're left with only one, and 2 minutes and 10 seconds and the clock rolling. The Aces up by one with the ball. Greer rolling out. Greer cutting upfield. Greer staying on his feet. Greer going for a first down and then letting himself be tackled at about the 25-yard line. So Greer doing what he needs to do. He's keeping the possession, moving the chains, and staying in bounds and keeping that clock rolling. Under 2 minutes now. They're going to mark him officially at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Aces. And again, Fairview can only stop the clock once. Aces still have their full complement of 3 timeouts here. And they're taking their time. Keeping an eye on that play clock. They must be getting close here. Gets down, and Greer takes the snap. Greer shuttling around. Greer keeps on his feet and powers down inside the 25.
As long as he holds on to it, just don't fumble it.
Minimal gain. He gets a couple. And we go under a minute. And again, they'll burn as much off the play clock. It's 2nd down. So really, unless Fairview stops the clock, this game is going to be over here in about 2 snaps of the football. And now they'll quickly go to the line as we go under 30 seconds. Greer. And Greer's hard count got his own line to move. And that will stop the clock at 20.9 seconds and move him back 5 yards. So they moved forward, and then Greer did the hard count, and half of his own line jumped with the hard count. So it happens. 20.9 seconds. Still 2nd down. Now 2nd and 13. But the Aces still in pretty good shape here. Greer is just going to go straight ahead, and they're going to wrestle him back, and he'll fall to the ground. He made forward progress to about the 29-yard line with 10.8 seconds, and they stop the clock, and that's the last timeout for the Fairview Apaches, and that'll bring up 3rd down. So really it's kind of academic. The Apaches have stopped the clock. So 10.8 seconds, and when we come back out, it'll be 3rd down and 14. So the Aces will basically be able to take a knee, and that will be it. So when we come out of the timeout, I guess I would anticipate that Greer would move up under center, the victory formation. They would take a knee, and for the second week in a row, the Aces will be headed home with a 1-point victory in the GMC. They pulled it out. They got by Edgerton 36-35 last week, and it looks like they're going to be coming home winners tonight, 21-20 over the Apaches. And then they can start thinking about heading over to Northeastern Local to Ram Country next Friday night. And they'll put a little bit of a damper on the Apaches' homecoming. So, just about set to wrap things up here. Aces. They're dropping back and taking a knee. And that's going to do it. The final 2 seconds tick off, and it's official. Your final score tonight, the Fairview Apaches fall on homecoming. The Aces hang on to a 1-point lead, burn out the clock, and come away with their 3rd in a row GMC victory, 21-20, the final score. With the win, the Aces improve their overall record to 4-2, and again, they are now 3-0 in the Green Meadows Conference. With the loss, the Fairview Apaches drop now to 2-4, and they are 0-3 in the GMC. So they've got a lot of work ahead of them heading into the remainder of the conference season. Well, we want to once again say a big thank you to everybody here at the Fairview athletic staff and here at the reservation. They have a absolutely outstanding facility. It's always a pleasure to come over here to do a game. They take good care of us. They got a nice green room. They always see to it that we've got something to eat and something to drink, and just a pure pleasure coming over here. So we want to thank them so very, very much once again this year for their hospitality. Big thank you as well to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford, our football broadcast underwriters online at jimschmidtauto.com. Without their underwriting support, would not be possible for us to be on the road following the Aces throughout the regular season campaign. And again, thanks to you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed tonight's football coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. Next week, the Aces on the road again. They'll have their second consecutive away game. And again, they will be entertained by the Rams of Tenora, which ought to be another good matchup that we'll look forward to next Friday night. So with that, we'll wrap up our coverage here from the reservation on a positive note. Again, your final score in week number 6 of the football campaign. In week number 3 of the GMC, it's the Hicksville Aces winners over the Fairview Apaches, 21-20, the final score. For Amy Murphy on the camera, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you good night and good sports.